Good morning, Felicia. Welcome. For the five of you that are here, this is our early morning session. All we do here is listen to the sounds of nature. Just enjoy the peace. If you have any comments or questions, I am available. Every now and then, I will you leave the screen. So, on that note, I won't be able to see your comments or questions. Thank you, Marie. I was trying to flip my screen so you could see the wide mode, but I can't figure out how to do that, so I'll try to figure it out today. It is 6:24 a.m. here in Ghana, West Africa. I want to thank you all for being here. Again, just sit back, enjoy the sounds of nature and the beautiful view. Again, thank you all for being here. You welcome, Busaya. Good morning, everybody. I am Kimberly, the Passport Traveler. It is 6:32 a.m. here in Ghana, West Africa. Again, we're just listening to the sounds of nature and enjoying the morning view. Thank you all for being here. If you have any comments or questions, I am on the screen to see them. Good morning, two piece and a biscuit. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Good morning, Leslie. Thank you for being here. Here in Ghana, I find it's here. There's a lot of single women over here in Ghana from the U.S. and the U.K. And Ghana is a very safe place. There's no guns allowed here. I have not seen any obvious gang banging or obvious drug abuse. I know people do use drugs, but it's not obvious here. So Ghana is a safe place. In spite of my videos that I try to, like I said, enlighten people on what to expect when they get here. Nothing has happened in Ghana to where I'm ready to run back to the U.S. I do go home every 6 to 7 months. But yeah, there are a lot of single women living over here, and it is, from what I can see, it is safe. I honestly believe, depending on your relationship, that you would probably be better off single until you get a village. God will eventually give you your village, and I don't mean you have to live in a village, but God will eventually send you the people that should be around you, and you have to be mindful. Keep your eyes open to the people that shouldn't. I'm happy with my husband. We have a typical marriage. We have our ups and downs, but for the most part, I'm happy with my husband. Um, I'm not happy with the fact that Ghanaians are naturally very peaceful. Let me speak of the men. They're very peaceful and very humble people. I have been in Ghana for 3 years. March 8th, I believe, will make 3 years that my feet landed over here. So they're very humble people. They're not violent. Nothing bothers them. Nothing is a big deal. So my husband, like every other man, is very humble. Things that bother me doesn't faze him at all, and it annoys me. For instance, the house that I just moved in, the lady let us know that we will not be paying a water bill, that she would have the house painted and have the house cleaned and have the cabinets fixed and blah, blah, blah. We move in here and absolutely nothing's done. So I'm upset about that. And I would like to confront the lady, for lack of a better word. I want to confront her and talk to her and find out what happened. And my husband is saying, no, Hajia, let it go. It's okay. The house is fine. Let's just deal with it. And I'm like, no, we gave her 40,000 CDs and she did absolutely nothing. And it just disturbed him that I insisted on speaking with her, which I did. And she just smiled like, you know, we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done. The truth is, it's never gonna get done. You know, unless I continue to push the issue, it will never get done. But my husband will never push the issue unless I force him to, and that is a typical Ghanaian man. Like nothing bothers them. All they care about and thank God for is that they woke up, and little bitty things is nothing to them. There's a light bulb missing in the bathroom and it bothers me, and my husband get in that shower every day like it's nothing, like he don't notice it, like he doesn't notice that there's no light. But you know, I'm learning to let to not let these little things bother me, to be more grateful for the fact that I woke up, I do have a house, and so what, the lady didn't paint. It's just that in the US, you know, a person for the most part, if they tell you they're going to do something, they do it. If they say they're going to be here at 3:15, they're usually there at 3:10. And so that's pretty much the biggest issue between me and my husband, and the language barrier and the culture difference. Thank you, Leslie. Uh, Mine's is, but from talking to them, I've had there was a discussion that we had at my store, probably 2021. And from talking to them, I was trying to figure out why the women are so angry here. Like, they're not angry at me, they're just angry and not, they don't, the ones I've been around, they're not friendly people. And as I paid attention, I think, okay, well, they work all day long. They work with babies on their backs all day long. Some of them carry their children on their backs all day. They have the buckets on their heads all day, and then they have to go home and feed and take care of the rest of the family. And then, from my understanding from the men, they don't really understand foreplay and intimacy. They just have sex, turn over, and go to sleep. And so, I think the issue with the women is nobody loves them. Like, they don't feel any type of love and affection. And that's why I think that they appear to be miserable and unhappy, because they work all day long and get home to no love and affection. And like I said, that's just my opinion. Like when I, for instance, when I met my husband, okay, I remember when I first met my husband, not when I first met him, but when we became in a relationship and got married. You know, I would rub his face, kiss him on the cheek, you know, walk past and tap his shoulder. And I remember him telling me that he had never, he said, you know, the way you touch my skin, no woman's ever touched me like that. He said in Ghana, people don't touch each other. And as I've been here for 3 years, they don't. I've never seen, you don't know a couple at all. They don't hold hands walking down the street. You never see the husband kiss his wife on the cheek when they're leaving, or you don't see any of that type of affection. He went on further to tell me that he, I'm not bragging or boasting, I'm just telling you a story. He was telling me that he had never felt this type of love before. He said, I don't know love, Hajia. I didn't have a mother or father's love. And so I didn't grow up knowing what love was. Hey, Janae, welcome. And so, you know, a lot of them are put out of their house to go live on their own between the ages of 9 and 12. In the village I lived in, I haven't met anybody. People have made comments like, why don't you feed some of the kids in the village? And I have fed and paid for school desks and paid for school books. I've been here 3 years. I've done all that. And somebody asked me, where do you find people in your village, the children in your village that have no parents and are hungry? Well, I've never seen anybody like that in the village I lived in. These women are taking care of their children. They get up in the morning, they feed their children. So I don't experience things like that. I don't experience the things that I saw on TV before I got to Ghana. Thank you, Janae. Yes, he did grow up with his parents. They grow up with their parents, but the parents, like the children of the parents don't know how to love or show love, so the children don't either. They don't experience, they don't know what it is. A bussy? I don't know what that is, Carly. No, I've never seen a child wife here. I don't even know if that is true or if it exists. In 3 years I've never seen it. I've never heard of it. No, I haven't. Yes, like I said, the men are very humble and very friendly. The women, like I said, they're different, but they probably have a reason to be. Hello, Drian Todd. Welcome, Leslie. And I believe that, and I understand that. I've never really had a personal conversation with one that was angry and nasty and mean to me because we just kind of ended it right there. And the one that are very friendly and nice to me, I've never brought it up because I can see the burden living here for 3 years. I can see the burden, and I can see where they don't get love and affection. And it's because I think they're in relationships with men who don't know how to give it. And then the other issue is their men. It's okay. Now again, I don't want to offend anybody, but in the US, a lot of black women have a problem when they see a black man with a white woman. They think like you couldn't find no black woman to make you happy, like you had to choose a white woman or an Asian woman or a Mexican woman. I think that's how they feel here, knowing that their men want American women and not them. And then the men have a story as to why they want American women. Now my husband has like my husband's different. Let me ask you. He holds my hand everywhere we go. He does kiss me when we leave the airport. Um, and I asked him. I said, "How did you learn how did you learn how to be affectionate?" And he said, "Watching American movies." He said, "Whenever we had a chance to see TV, I learned that Americans touch each other. They hold hands, they hug, they kiss, they rub each other's faces, they touch each other. And in Ghana, we don't do that." But he said he learned that watching American movies. And so, me being his first Black American relationship, he just would hold my hand, and everywhere we go. And then also, it was a safety issue. Like Ghana thinks these people still think that I can't safely get myself across the street because the traffic is so crazy. So not once have my husband or my taxi drivers ever let me walk across the street by myself unless they were inside of a building and I just jumped out the car and crossed the street. I'm sorry to hear that, Emilio. May God heal your illnesses, inshallah. Oh, Ramadan's coming up, and I am totally not prepared for it, even though I have been preparing, trying to prepare my body. I'm not prepared for. I'm never prepared for Ramadan. It is 6:50 a.m. here in Ghana, West Africa. I want to thank you all for being here, and hope to see you return. Oh, this is the front of the house. I usually have my selfie stick where I can walk around, but for some reason I don't know where it is. So I have my phone sitting on my ring light. Good morning, Kenny. Welcome. I do have a moderator in the room, which is Cooking and Chilling with Kenny. Thank you for being here, Kenny. I just found my tripod. I forgot I had it in the kitchen. Now, one thing about here is one thing I just had to go in the kitchen. That's what made me say this. The kitchen, the houses that have air conditioning, there's no air conditioning in the kitchens. So every kitchen is extremely hot. Like when I grew up in Detroit and we didn't grow up with air conditioning. The kitchen was very hot, which is why I grew up not buying cornmeal and eating cornmeal because I remember my grandmother and my mom saying that there was mealworms and that cornmeal has mealworms in them and rice and flour have weevils in them and stuff like that. But so growing up, I just couldn't. Right now to this day, for Thanksgiving, when I have to buy my cornmeal, I always keep it in the freezer, either the refrigerator or the freezer. I keep my flour, but in the California, even my kitchen has central air, so that's not a big deal. But still, with that being in mind, I always keep my cornmeal and my extra flour in the refrigerator, the freezer. But this kitchen is so hot that I just know for a fact if I cannot put my flour and stuff in the refrigerator, I'm afraid there's gonna be some of those little mealworm or weevil little things in my stuff. So let me take y'all off of this tripod, take you off the ring camera, put you on the selfie stick, and walk you around. And then after that, I will end the live because there's not much to see here, and the city's waking up. Hold on. Like I said, I was trying to go into the widescreen mode, but it said I have to go into some type of settings, and I did that and couldn't figure it out. So yeah, we just have to stay this way. No, I'm not near the ocean. We might go to the ocean today, later today. Probably not. I think I'm gonna try to stay home another full day, and then we'll probably go to the ocean tomorrow. When I go to the ocean, I do sit there for a few hours. Sometimes I sit there from even 6 in the morning to the nighttime. It just depends on how I feel and how my battery is staying full and working and stuff.
Okay.
1:57, what, a.m. in New York? Well, thanks for being here in the middle of the night, Leslie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Apome.
Wakao.
I'm coming. I'm going to drop them at the school and come.
Did you get the key?
Yes.
You got the key?
Yeah, I'm coming to pick it.
Oh, you want it now?
Hope you are doing well.
I'm doing well.
Okay. Thank you.
Looks like your name is Anne Marie. If that's correct, welcome, Anne Marie. Thanks for being here. Right now, this is our early morning session. It is 6:58 a.m. here in Ghana, West Africa. So this is what I do if I can wake up early enough. This is what I do. I just let you listen to the sounds of nature and look at whatever scenery I have on that day. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. So the little kids that live about, I don't know, they about a block away on this land, getting ready to go to school. Thank you, Anne Marie. I wasn't really sure if you could hear the birds. In the middle of me, whenever I can, we're not fully unpacked, and I don't know where my microphones are, but hopefully I can find them today. I've been trying to take a day to wind down and stay in my home, but every single day I have been in my home, something has come up where I had to leave and go out. And today is, yesterday was the first day I didn't have to leave my home. And I think I'm going to try not to leave again today. Thank you, Janae. Oh, okay, I'm glad you can hear that. If you hear people like chanting or singing in the background, there's a seminary school somewhere over the wall. Thank you, Kenny. Appreciate that. Okay, so she left. So let me go ahead and walk you around real quick. Now, mind you, I'm not really familiar with the property. I mean, I walked it a lot of times. I shouldn't say that I'm not comfortable because I haven't spent time out here and I don't know where the snakes are. So I'm not afraid of them. I just don't want them jumping out at me. And if I'm not familiar with them, I don't fool with them. So this is the front. Y'all have seen many times the front of the house. And this is the first tree in front of the house. This is actually a mango tree, and the mangoes are definitely coming. This land over here, I haven't touched it at all. I haven't walked over here at all. But I think if I decide to stay past 6 months, then I'll probably make a little garden. Also, I'm not able to see the screen while I'm walking. And this is the entrance. This is where we drive in. Here's a little gazebo type area right here where you can come and sit. Now, here is where I get uncomfortable walking this part right here. This is a rock and gravel ground. That's the noise you hear. There's a swing. I might have my, well, depending on how hot it is. I'm waiting on like our cold weather to come out here because I'm definitely going to get on this swing in the morning. Now, this part right here, I don't venture off into because I'm just not comfortable. Well, let me see if I can make it up here today. Let me see. There's two fishing ponds back here that I want to show you, but hold on. Let me see if I can get up here. Let me make some noise. There's some animals up here that need to run before I run. Okay, like I said, I'm not gonna get too close, but if you can see, there's a fishing pond here, a fishing pond over there, and there's fish in both of them. Now let me get out of here because I'm not comfortable being up here. Okay, I made it back, y'all. Whew, I need some exercise. Hold on, let me put my glasses on. I would never leave my home. This is beautiful. Give me a good book, some fruit. a blanket I will set up outside all day. Um, I don't come out here unless it's very, very hot. We're in our hot season. We're in our 85-degree weather, but we're going into our winter weather where it rains every day. We have, well, close to the beach, we felt the tropical storms, which was like baby hurricanes, and it gets into the low 60s. I'm waiting for that weather. America is beautiful to me. America is my home. Like I said, America born me, raised me, fed me, educated me, put me in jail for the first damn time for something somebody else did. I wasn't even at the scene of the crime. So America is my home. I didn't come to Ghana because of America. I came here on a 10-day girl trip. And I just kind of fell in love with the land and the people after day 3. And so I stayed 30 days and I went back to the U.S. In day 14, my feet were back on the motherland and I made it my home. But me initially coming here or leaving the U.S. had nothing to do with the U.S., even though I understand that I feel safer over here for many, many, many reasons. I am safer over here. I have less anxiety over here. Matter of fact, I didn't have no anxiety or stress until probably the last 3 or 4 months when we started having situations with the goats and things like that. So if you have any comments and questions, let's go ahead. I'm going to get ready to exit this live at 7:15 a.m. It's now 7:09 a.m. here in Ghana, West Africa. I am Kimberly, aka the Passport Traveler, and I would like to thank you for being here. I do have a active TikTok channel, and it's Kimberly Renee, IT''S. It's Kimberly Renee. We do go on a lot of outings, um, different field trips. Pretty much every time I leave my house, I take my camera with me. I'm either on YouTube or TikTok. The goats are at soldiers. The goats are on soldiers' land. The goats and a couple of the chickens are on soldiers' land, which is not far from. Well, it's far from here. It's about a mile from soldiers. About a mile from me. His land, his house is not, but his land, one of his scrapping lands is about a mile from here, if that far. Hello, Josh. Welcome. Nice to meet you, Leslie, again, and thanks for being here. So again, it is 7:10 a.m. here in Ghana, West Africa. I'm going to end this live at exactly 7:15. I would appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button so you won't miss anything. Now on my TikTok, we usually play music around 11 o'clock at night. We have a chill session where we play just kind of 70s and 80s music. Of course, I can't do that on YouTube because YouTube has an issue with the music, but TikTok doesn't. Thank you, Kenny. Kenny has posted the link to my TikTok. If you can click that link and click follow, I would appreciate that. Thank you, Leslie. Oh yeah, Janae, we've been off that land for over a month now. I mean, we still go back there, and we do occasionally go back there. But yeah, we left that land. We still have a few chickens over there, and we just drop in to check on the land and sit there for a little while. I mean, we went yesterday just because I wanted to see Black. I think was it no day before yesterday after we dealt with Blacko, we went by there because I wanted to be there to see Blacko. So once Blacko came and I saw that he was okay, we went ahead and called the driver and left. Good night, Leslie. Again, thanks for coming in. Hello, Boston's Exotic Kennels. Thanks for coming in. Okay, thank Leslie. I'll see it when I get. I hope I see it when I get there because I think it's like almost 2,000 messages on there. Hopefully, it will give me the current message, which is yours. Hey, Mignon. Thanks. Welcome from St. Louis. Welcome and thank you for subscribing. See you later, Leslie. Yeah, that's a seminary school that's over there. So it is 7:14 here in Ghana, West Africa. I'm going to end this live at exactly 7:15. I want to thank you all for being here. Hope to see you again soon. Kenny, thank you for coming in and moderating. I do appreciate that. And guess what? As soon as you popped in, we needed you because before you got here, it was smooth sailing. So you came in at the right time. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Stay blessed.